And then you ready for this? Hasn't been confirmed yet, but I think I'm this close to getting on Shannon Sharp's pod.
Let's go, Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay.
You are instant street cred.
Here's the thing, Club Shay
street cred.
What I'm going to do, though, on Club Shay Shay is I'm going to tell all my stories that you guys have heard a million times because black people have not heard them. They've never heard the 9/11 story.
Right.
They don't know my dad.
But you can't be gay, dude.
That's the so there's a different Chrissy coming out.
Okay.
It's going to be, I'm going to do what black people want. I'm going to talk about what black people want me to talk about. I'm going to make my father an even crazier mafia character because they love the mafia shit. Yeah. I'm going to have a magician come in the middle, and then he's going to do a trick, and I'm going to run out. I'm going to go like that, like blow my mind. I'm going to talk, like no politics. I've been, on more white podcasts because it's been beneficial for me to say I was born and raised in Queens, but this one will go Brooklyn. You want to go a little blacker,
for sure.
And that's the plan. I'll wear this hat. Like there's more defense in my outfit.
I was gonna ask, you mentioned Schultz. Like I feel like one of the things that helps Schultz in the black community is he looks really different than white people. He's got the haircut.
Yes.
Are you gonna have
you do look like a generic
to differentiate
white,
you from any white guy?
But the goal is here. We need to get black people.
Yeah.
So what, Chrissy, 2025, get the blacks.
Yeah. We have
Chrissy, get the blacks.
Yeah. It's 21% of this audience is black.
That's right.
21%.
One time we had a
I would say no.
Yeah, they like our sales team made like a deck for us.
Yeah.
And it was like, this many percent make over $100,000 a year, and this many percent have kids, and this many percent live in these areas. And then they said 21% of our audience is black, and I was like, oh, throw out all of these numbers because they're all fake.
They're all
21%.
I would say you have 21 black people.
That's what I said. So
in the world, by the way, not just in the United States.
There have been 21 black people who have listened to the show in the history of the 15-year run.
Yeah.
We get people who call up. They're like, we're the member of the 2-1. Like,
we're
part of the 21 club.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no fucking shot. But yeah, I mean, there's been a huge influx from it's rappers, it's ball players, it's funny black comedians.
Dude.
They have burst on the scene. We got Wallow and Gilly. You can go on their show. You can do all that.
TikTok, social media is like big.
I mean, they're the funniest people in the world.
It's not even close.
They've always been the funniest people.
Dude, it's not even close. Like Louis, I think Louis C.K. is the best comedian for me. Like Louis C.K. and Bill Burr are like the top two. But like a
regular black
black guy like driving like a UPS truck is funnier. Will say some of the the funniest things you've ever heard in your life. Will be 10 times funnier than them.
Can they put together a whole career? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
In the moment, they're the funniest person alive. I actually think a lot of times comedy is about being willing.
Black.
But like the shit you guys do sucks.
Yeah.
So you could be like the funniest UPS driver in the world, and it's like, I don't want to go bomb for 5 straight years. I don't want to go up 12 times a week, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as like sports. I mean, you might be the greatest athlete, but if you don't want to go do all the shit.
That's why lately I've been hanging around. Not lately, for the past couple of years, I've been hanging around mostly just my friends from home. Mostly them. Definitely see my comic friends, but I don't like go out with. I'm just at home with. So like yesterday, I went with my friend Pete to the Mets game. He's a diehard Mets fan. I'm sitting there.
We got to talk about this.
We're going to talk about it. But we're going to get there. But
I'm so mad at you, bro.
Right. So Pete, we're at this Mets game, and whatever, people recognizing me and all that and this and that. And then he's just like, dude, doesn't this suck? And I'm thinking like, oh, he's going to think it's cool. Like, he doesn't come out with me much, and he's like, oh, sees like my career is like gotten bigger, like get recognized more, especially at sporting events. And he was like, doesn't this just suck? Like, how do you live like this? And I was like, what do you mean? Taking pictures with like fucking, fat guys and hot girls? and he was like, those are my fans. It's like either my fans are, it's crazy, the spectrum. It is the fattest, most disgusting man in the stadium and the girl who's a 12. And you're like, but they both. So, and I was like, no, like, not even thinking like that. And he was like, dude, you have like, these people, like now you have to sit here and you can't yell anything. He goes, I know, like, when we grew up together, he's like, we'd be yelling crazy shit at the players. You can't do that. He was like, your family sees any of these pictures with these girls, get out, you're fucked. He was like, you got to leave your kids all the time to make money. He was like, I'm an electrician. I'm home every
Settle down, Pete. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
already
Let
there
me
at 6
fucking
o'clock.
live,
I know.
dude.
I was like, it was kind of like he was like getting to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
fucking dude, but I brought you as a guest to we got great seats,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go up to the Steve Cohen suite. And what about that? He was like, honestly, dude, I'd rather just be watching the game at home with my son.
Well, then fuck you.
I was
You're
like,
not
don't
coming.
fucking do it, you piece of shit.
Don't come with me next.
Yeah. I was like,
you're off the list then.
Yeah,
pal.
dude. I was like, I don't even like sitting next to you because you have like psoriasis or something on the back of your neck, and the people behind us probably getting flakes on their pants.
I mean, listen, there are worse things in the world. It's like, all right, you know what? I can't yell slurs at people in public anymore.
Well, I will be after I go on Club Shay Shay. Yeah. You're gonna, I'm
Club
trying to
Shay
get
Shay?
that pass.
Bro,
That's how hard I want to kill on Club Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay is like, that's instant.
There is no.
Bro, that shit he did with Cat Williams, I don't even know what's
Amazing.
at now. Last time I checked, it had 70 million views.
I don't know any other career. I don't know any other podcast that's gotten 70 million views.
It's the big. It was Elon and Rogan was the prior biggest, and now it's the biggest podcast of all time, at least on YouTube. I don't know about.
I
other
mean,
metrics.
yeah. So
It's
I'm trying to get 21% of that.
Are you going in with like a not the cat went in with a vendetta, say, but are you like I'm gonna fucking leave it all out?
Yeah,
there?
you're
I'm going in there. No,
you gotta say some shit to.
No, the thing is, I'm going in there with my mind because here's what's happened too with comedians on myself included. By the way, I will say I've done this. We've been podcasting so much and for so many years that sometimes you run out of things to be funny, and then you start talking about like your actual honest opinions and ideas in my life. I'm done with that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to the public.
Chrissy Rogan was
I'm very sorry.
In your emotions, bro.
I am very sorry for that happening. I really am. I will only ever be funny now.
Yeah,
and so
that's
I
the way
will
to go.
only, I am going to go on there and try to be as funny as I can for as long as I can. And not, if I am going to get deep at all, you better believe it will come on, you know, I will have a bukkake joke or something about Puerto Ricans on deck, ready to go. But I'm not going to sit here because I look back at old clips of myself and I literally want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I won't do that, but I am going in with the assumption that Shannon Sharp has no idea who I am. His entire black audience has no idea who I am. So I'm going from the greatest hits from day one.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
podcast bits I did on
That's when
Fighter
you're at
and the
your
Kid
best.
in 2019.
That's when you're at your
I'm
best.
coming out.
Yeah. When you first came on the scene, I remember being like, what you said, guy code and
Yeah,
like this
whatever.
that, and then I was like, this is the funniest dude in the world. So just run that back.
That's what I'm going to run it. Dude, because I think it's for that comedy's, you know, my 9/11 story. Black people want to hear that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
want
that
to hear
lasts forever.
fucking your father, mafia guy hitting the principal.
Yeah,
You know, they
that
want to
lasts
hear
forever.
They want to hear all my stories, Mr. Perfect. They want to hear that shit. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in there and I'm just gonna do it. But unless he comes out with he has like a fact sheet on me and he already knows the bits, then then I might completely get in my feelings and
guarantee you, Shannon Sharp is not doing
and talk about how the fabric of this nation is crumbling and how I'm really sad to be a part of one of the worst times in American history and just completely eat my own advice.